Today is the day that Mitch's family is coming to help us. It was not very difficult to put. It was not difficult either. I don't know why water will be in the building to come out of the building. I think we're ready for this weekend. Hi everyone. So yesterday we got up everything. I can say this now. So everything is up. Girts, eaves, brackets, all kinds of brackets really. Everything is straight. Mitch was doing the trim for the one side yesterday. We're gonna drive to Sterling tonight, rent a big truck there and come back with all the insulation and the garage doors and the big window that we were missing, so that we have everything here, because people are gonna start arriving Friday to help us, and we want to make sure first we have all the insulation, but second to have the garage doors, because while people are working on the insulation and siding, other people can be working on the garage doors, which will be amazing. And then third, just to have enough projects for everybody to have something to do and not be sitting around, because truly it's gonna be a little chilly, sunny but chilly, so I think it's gonna be a little better if people have something to do meanwhile. Drove to Sterling. This morning Mitch went and picked up the U-Haul, and I met him at his grandma's house, which is where we were storing all the insulation, and he had already filled more than half the truck, and we came to the realization that we could not fit everything in his truck. So what we ended up doing is getting one of those trailer things that attaches to the truck, and we were able to fit everything in that. Everything that was left, and even like a few pieces of the povo pit too, which is exciting. Here's Mitch actually. We are on our way back to the mountain now. We have fit all of the insulation. We had to rent some extra equipment, but say hello. I think we're ready for this weekend. So we're at the lot. Mitch's sister and brother-in-law are here with their kids to help us, and now Jenny, Mitch's sister, is working on putting this like concrete like substance under the big columns at the big gap that we had, because they were all sitting on a washer and I don't remember what the other one is called now, but anyway, they were sitting like an inch off the ground, so we have to put this like concrete like sealer there. So she's actually doing that. I'm gonna go help her, and I'm gonna show you how we're doing it. Okay, so while Jenny and I, he cut it! So while Jenny and I were doing this little thing at the bottom of the columns, Will was cleaning up trees in the back. And Brock and Mitch are actually about to put up the first piece of insulation. The insulation sheets are longer than the wall, so we're gonna have to figure out what height to put it. And then of course I'm filming. And then of course the main lift was in the way, so we had to move it away. So that's kind of where we are now. Not really sure what the plan is next, but we have the first installation up.
That's what I mean. So
I think I have shims. Let's just get a 2x4. The cement's not more than a half inch off anyway.
what if you put a
So we'll
the
just
level's probably gonna read fucking level, even though it does have a little bit of sag to it.
Yeah, I think we just cut them
It's got a
to
little sag.
let's cut them. All of these are correct heights. The wood ones. So we can measure off of here to this, get a height, cut 2x4s to that.
Yeah,
and anything that doesn't work, we can just use a shim.
Hello again. So we spent the last 3 hours figuring this out. First, the issue was the installation is a little longer, like 3 feet longer actually, and Mitch wants to keep some at the bottom, maybe like 6 inches, so that we can like curl it out and water doesn't come in, but just runs out. Don't know why water will be in the building to come out of the building. We think that we would like to prevent that from happening, but anyway, we brought the first piece of siding. It was not super easy to put it level, which is going to be, or plumb I guess, which is going to be very important because this is 120 I think foot long building, and imagine if we don't start straight, what will happen by the end. No, they went upstairs, they went up at the house side to get a bunch of 2x4s. I have not understood yet the purpose of the 2x4s, but I think Mitch believes that these and these, especially in this long side, this is the longest side, they are not completely straight, there's a little bit of a sag. So I have understood they're taking these 2x4s to put them in the middle, to lift them up, to make them be level, so that when they pre-drill the holes of the siding, they fall on where this is supposed to be. We're learning. It has been a rough learning curve, I'd say, but we have the first piece of insulation and the first piece of siding up, which is very exciting because it's way better that we're doing this right now than tomorrow when everybody's here, and we have 2 main lifts, so we kind of need to figure out the process first, so that everybody can be putting things up. It's me again. Sorry, but nobody else is willing to speak to the camera. So what we've gotten done so far is we've put up the first piece of insulation and then the first siding, which we actually started halfway into the insulation. We left we left 1.5 feet off of the edge because that's what the plans say, because it has to do with where you overlap insulation over like doors or windows, so that's where it needed to start. And what Brock and Mitch are doing right now is kind of building this like base from 2x4s where we can put all of our siding on and be able to measure real quick and drill the holes exactly where they need to go, so that process can go quickly. I think I heard them say that the plan is to only pre-drill 4 or 5 of them, just in case, you know, the girts change height a little bit. So that's what they're working on right now, that little base for the putting the siding on to be able to pre-drill it. It was not very difficult to put. It was not difficult either to put the first insulation siding on. I just think it took so long, you know, learning curve to figure out what's the best way to pre-drill it and where to pre-drill it and how to measure it. You might be able to see there's a little bit of sagging on the second one. Not a big deal, and it's like the very last one. But I think from now on, the plan is to have somebody at the bottom pulling down the insulation when they're drilling it, at least the first screw, just to make it straight. Although Mitch said it's actually better when it's tacking this way, because when it's really tight it makes the insulation thinner and that makes it less insulated. I'm guessing today Mitch went ahead and put those trims up too on both sides, so a lot of like the detail work has been done. You can see like the trims down here. I think we're gonna move along very quickly. Brock and Mitch are stacking 6 pieces of siding on top of each other to pre-drill them.
So take a breath, gonna be a night you will never forget on the show. Some more of that, once we start there's no stopping us. Cause right here and right now, we can mix with love, be the talk of the town. Right here and right now.
Hey guys, so last night everybody arrived. We all had dinner together, and this morning we all had breakfast together. A lot of deer came over from the neighbor's house and everybody was very excited, especially the kids. The guys left already, and Brooke and I are gonna take the kids down to Armand's and Christine's and walk the goats with Jill, and then we will go to the lot and join them. Him. Riley, don't throw them, they'll take it off your hands. Just put it in. Yeah, they won't bite you. Okay guys, I just got to the lot after walking the goats with the kids, and we have had a lot of progress, and apparently a lot of it has happened quite fast, but I guess I think you can almost kind of see the 3rd or the 4th insulation. Oh, you can, it's like, oh there. The 3rd or the 4th installation kind of got like a little crooked, so they had to kind of go back to fix it. So there was a little bit of backtracking apparently because of that, but I mean, we're moving, and there is a lot of the siding up too. now almost 5 p.m. Saturday. We have gotten this part of the wall done, so a little past actually to the garage door on that side, and then almost to the second column on that side. They're actually just putting up the piece around the window, which is taking forever, and then we have this like whole side with nothing to cut. The going around the window and cutting, and the bottom insulation and the top, it's taking a little while. So so they're just putting this piece up. I think everybody was excited for that piece to go up and be done and just have straight pieces without cuts to go. We've been doing some work inside too. We've been taping. It's nice, you can even see it. It's the same exact texture, but there's tape between where the insulations come together, so you can see above me where we haven't taped what that kind of looks like. This is a better seam. Doesn't look nearly as bad, but it doesn't have the tape on yet. But we've been doing that. Jenny and Julie and I have been going around and putting the bottom bolts in, which they actually had to do on that side because they realized they were not bolting it or screwing it at the bottom, and things started kind of shifting, so they had to go and fix that under the window. Mitch has been doing a lot of the trim, so the garage door has the trim now, and has prepared the windows and the door on that side with that I don't remember what it's called, flashing tape. I think that's correct, flashing tape. So he has actually done all that. He has finished all the trim around the building, so that's not slowing us down. The trim around the windows. Yeah, the flashing is actually behind the trim. Same with the door. So this side is actually all good to go. I hope we can get the 2 long walls done. I think this is a new goal for the weekend. I think we have given up on doing like part of the roof, which was the goal initially. Really initially we were hoping to get to about here and then do the roof, but I think there's going to be a bit of long learning curve with the roof, and we have kind of, you know, figured out the walls, so we're just gonna keep going with the walls. Sunday morning, Mitch's family is here, everybody's at the lot. They have been a huge help putting up the walls. We've put up about a quarter of the, what's that word, perimetry of the building. Well, I think the realistic expectation is to maybe hopefully have the back long wall done. The only other thing that can get us moving a little quicker is if some of us can actually work on the front part with the second man lift. We didn't really use it last night, except at the very end Mitch was using it to tuck in any excess insulation that we have put up, so that if it rained or snowed it didn't get ruined. The only problem is this man lift needs to be plugged in because the battery that it has is terrible, and we also need electric to be cutting the siding. Eventually, depending on how long we stay, we will need electric to have the heater on. Okay, just got to the lot and the guys are killing it. We are already almost to the second window. It's going really good. So I definitely think we can actually do this whole wall today. It's gonna be exciting. are we doing? Are we progressing good?
You're on camera.
I know. We're good. I mean, actually, yeah, we're good.
We're good?
Mhm.
So this whole back wall is almost done. We're to the door now. There's got to be what? Maybe one more thing of insulation?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And we're starting over here now?
First, I'm just gonna take
Are you gonna go up with Uncle Mitch?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, me neither. So Uncle Mitch will be on his own.
Are you getting cold, baby?
Yeah.
Kennison? What do you have to say? What are you watching? Let me see. Alright guys, it's getting dark. Sunday night. Everybody has left except for Dave and Julie, who have been incredibly helpful in this whole process. This is the back of the building. It is all sided. What? It actually looks really nice. So Mitch and Dave are finishing up getting around the first garage door back there. So they're working on the piece around the garage door right now, which is the difficult piece. And then there is about 12 feet until the next one. I think we're gonna be finishing up here soon with the front. I think we can get the front done tomorrow. The rest of the front done tomorrow. And then the two sides, probably a couple more days. And then we have 4 walls. And then guess what? We need a roof. It's a very good day of work. The weather cooperated and everything is looking good. The little things are done, the trims all around. The trims around the garage doors, just not around the big window, but I think all of the other little details are done.